Hello, this is your disabled combat veteran after 9/11, Michael Commiso, and the battle buddies online. You know, as I observe my own life online as a human being online, you know what? I'm a really good guy to go through what I went through. And, serving your country in America does mean something, if you like it or not. So I did all the right things in life, serving my country. I'm the one that graduated from Ewing High School. Everybody has their difficulties in school. I feel like if they show their difficulties or not, everybody got a certain type of learning disability. If the school picks up on everybody's learning disability or not, I feel like. So, I have a learning disability. And I feel like people already know that. Not because I made videos saying that I have a learning disability, because how the internet works, where we guess on everything. We just sit here on the internet and assume the worst at each other because we was like somehow how we grew up. I don't know. I don't know how negative the internet really is nowadays. Because I'm an American hero. I'm allowed to speak to you. And I feel like the reason why people prevent the American heroes to speak on the internet is because I make you look bad on the internet as a disabled combat veteran after 9/11. But I feel like I'm just a veteran that's standing up for myself because, I'm a really good guy. I did a lot of cool things in my own life. But how we all assume the worst at each other as the internet sucks. Because where there's no conflict at all online in the world, people come up with these stories that doesn't even make any sense. And people actually, I don't know, as an American citizen and as an American disabled combat veteran with combat PTSD, any soldier or American soldier that went to war has some kind of type of combat PTSD, if you like it or not. Because war affects people in a certain way. And I know it must have been said that before that, can you imagine how I, think as a veteran, or can you imagine how the reason why I'm like, well, how hard is it to help a veteran out? And I'm a good friend, I feel like, because I feel that the internet is some kind of backstabbing. Nobody gives a shit unless it happens to their lives online. Then people care. But that's not how I thought in school. Even when 9/11 happened, I still was the goofy. I felt like I was just a shy guy that had no social skills, because how many opportunities did I get to learn how to use my social skills back home as a veteran, to where people must have seen me just Commiso on the wrestling team back home. They don't see me as a veteran in my hometown, because I wouldn't have issues with anybody because I'm a kind person. But in history, as I took history class in high school, and it seems that if you are a kind person and a good heart, people screw your life over in history. That's how I learned history. I'm like, why do people do that? If somebody's willing to help out and change the world and make it a better place, to where I don't understand how anybody can get scammed nowadays with all this law on the internet. So to determine where the pop-up sites is can't be that hard, can it? So I don't know. As everybody tried their best to have their social skills on their disabled combat veterans back home, I already lacked that when I was in school. I'm not sure if my battle buddies noticed that I had no social skills in the barracks or not. But I felt like shit. We're battle buddies, and apparently we was going to war. I guess that wasn't set in my mind because I was in Germany. I felt happy in Germany. Everybody's happy and going to bars and clubs and dancing. All my battle buddies. Feels like Germany, like American soldiers over there in Germany. And I was a tourist in Germany. And then I've been tourist. Then I decided to go to other countries. And people doubted me in school that I would make it in the military or not. So I don't know how many haters there are on Michael Commiso, but I'm a natural kind of, I'm just a shy guy, nervous guy at the party like anybody else in the world. And how the world is so perfect. It's so perfect, the world on the internet. We determine that our lives gotta be so perfect that it's the next neighbor as the next neighbor. And that's how we look at each other, trying to up each other on the streets. And do people actually really do that to each other as in real life? Because how easy people can turn out your back on somebody and say, I'm nobody. And I basically was born the same way as everybody else that came into this world as a human being. Everybody was born the same way on this planet. If you like it or not, everybody was born the same way on this planet as even animals on this planet. So my life matters on the internet. And it sucks that people can scam you and call your name and delete you, and everybody believe everything you hear on the internet just like that. And I'm like, I don't understand the internet. If we was connected to ourselves as life on this planet, on this internet, we all should be able to get along by now on the internet. But I guess maybe we all have the view on ourselves. We know everything about ourselves. That's the internet. Everybody acts like the internet is some top secret thing, but what's the main thing that people do on the internet? Searching what's the coolest thing. Everybody wants to be cool at the party. Say if I was a teacher in school and I had to teach a subject to the other students. So I will have to narrate that subject down so they can understand it. Instead of as simple as easy as, you know what a volcano is. If people still don't know what a volcano is on this planet, then maybe the teachers could explain what a fucking volcano is. So I don't know how we view each other as people. We view each other as one person that uses the internet? When I feel like, people use the internet 24 hours a day. So the internet can't, no matter how hard you try to make the internet some kind of top secret world where I don't understand this top secret world shit. Where I'm like, I'm Michael Commiso. there's a chance that the reason why I do not mean to repeat myself on my YouTube videos is because I did get hit in the head a lot, but I didn't complain as much as everybody else that got hit in the head. I was the student that wanted to, you know what? Even though I already was the shy, goofy guy in the classroom that was nervous to talk to people, so me getting A's and B's should have. I have no social skills, so I had time to get A's and B's in school. I didn't have time to go out and play like every kid in school on the internet nowadays, to where I feel like people talk over you for a reason, and people just don't want to hear you. People make you feel stupid because you don't want me to talk and speak up. Well, I'm just trying to explain. I don't know what I'm explaining. Why do I have to explain anything as a veteran back home? You all sat there and watched YouTube and saw what the soldiers, American soldiers, went through in the other countries. And I'm just this American man living it. I felt like I was doing the right thing, being an American citizen and speaking up on the internet. And that's what you told me to do. So, right now, my mind is probably trying to say, wow, man, you got to chill out. Even my mind right now is trying to say, Michael Commiso, chill out, man. For what you went through and how good of a guy you really are as Michael Commiso, I can't keep doubting myself as a person. I think that's the internet. And the system you came up with on the internet, you made us doubt ourselves as life on this planet as the internet. So people don't know, before, people know how to swim in the ocean, not get attacked by a shark or drown, or we were smart enough to keep ourselves, where we really had a Baywatch kind of human being on this planet where we all constantly using the internet all the time. We forget the simple things as surviving, going to the beach for the summer. So, I don't know how complicated the world wants the internet to be, and the complicated according to the real life we live in. The internet should be the simplest thing to use, because it feels like we all want the same reason to live on this planet on the internet nowadays. So, maybe I need to start writing my speeches down, because I had good things to say in my mind, but people confuse each other so much that we don't have time to talk to each other anymore. All we do is spy on each other on the internet and get mad and upset like a bunch of spoiled brats on the internet as an adult on the internet. I really don't have any against kids in the world, because I was a kid once too. So imagine living a kid in this world on the internet, where we all supposed to be safe using the internet, if you like it or not. Because saves all we do is invade our space on the internet. So it's like, well, maybe people there to give you advice to help you out on the internet, but what you did to me over the years as a veteran back home in the state of New Jersey. You don't give me time to speak up. You don't give me time to dress up and shave. You know, yeah, I get it. I'm an overweight veteran that don't know how to respect people and shake people's hands in the world. But as I feel that people take everything the wrong way on purpose, so they find an excuse to do something today on the internet. The internet's so boring. It's like, I can't believe it's so boring. The internet, as how the internet should be something that everybody uses to get around and enjoy life on this planet, where, I don't know, it sucks that I was a student that I try to get along with everybody in the classroom. I'm not trying to be a pushover. I guess I wasn't a brown noser. I wasn't a brown noser to the teachers. I was just nice to the teachers. I felt like every school that I went to taught me to get a job and to earn a career or get to college. You can't be an asshole when you get to college. So I felt like every school taught me to get ready to college, because if somebody's an asshole to you in college, you know, you speak up to your teachers, because you don't want to get kicked out. You paid all this money to go to college to get kicked out. I highly doubt. So as everybody fake in college to just say, hey, I'm just here, I pay for this class. Hey, this guy's talking to me, I don't know why. At the school. But I don't want to believe the world is a mean place, as you all want to believe, that everybody's a bunch of haters and stuck up. And the best way to welcome back home your American heroes is just to forget about your American heroes completely, and they don't have to worry about it as your disabled combat veteran. So, I don't know how to break down the internet and figure out what everybody's talking about. It can't be that hard, can it? I don't think so. I'll do it. Because we live in a social media world. I don't have any social skills, so I apologize to the social media world if I didn't get a chance to keep up with world problems and issues as a veteran, like everybody else does. Because the world shouldn't be this rough to ourselves. We don't even make any sense as human beings to be mean to each other. We got tougher animals on this planet. We went to college and learned that there's wildlife that's tougher than human beings, and accept that as a college student, that there's animals are tougher than people, that they're walking around big and bad on the street. So why would anybody as a human being walk around big and bad around the streets? Doesn't even make any sense to me. Because we was taught in every school. Some people say, oh, they taught us to kiss ass to make it to college, and when you kiss ass that long, you get to college, you know. No, I feel like the teachers taught me to be a respectful human being in the 21st century as an American citizen. So I felt like every country that I visit, I respected every country that I visit as a disabled combat veteran. Because I just bid myself like I was in school. Maybe that's why I felt like people liked me in basic training. I don't know if anybody hated me on basic training. I only got yelled at here and there, and I feel like I didn't get yelled at in basic training as much as you think. Maybe three or four times I got yelled at in basic training, when every drill sergeant's yelling at every single person in formation. Your squad, your platoon, your drill sergeant yells at everybody. It didn't matter what rank you were in your formation at the time, the drill sergeant was yelling at everybody. So I felt like, just don't get the drill sergeant mad and everything will be okay. That's how I was when I was in basic training. I said, maybe if the drill sergeant doesn't notice me that I'm in formation, I won't get yelled at. Formation. So, as the drill basic training teach you military training, then you're supposed to hide in anyways in the classroom. I was in stealth mood in the classroom, basic training. So if people came up to talk to me, it's because, oh crap, they figure out I was in the classroom somehow in the basic training. So people came up to talk to me, and I was like, I had to, what's up, everybody? I got to make sure the drill sergeant don't yell at me today. Can you go? What do you want from me? They said, Commiso, you want to trade MRIs with me? I said, okay, what you got over there? You want to trade MRIs or food? And I found out soldiers were sitting around me at basic training. I said, this stealth mode is not working. The drill sergeant's probably mad at me because the soldier's talking to me. Because I'm not stealth mode in combat. So sometimes they always wanted my pound cake. I said, I'd like my pound cake. I don't want to give out my pound cake. I said, you want to, I always have this flavor of this pound cake. You want to switch pound cakes with me? I said, I never tried that pound cake before. Okay, I switched with you in the basic training. And then somehow I felt like, as I was trying to be stealth mode, because they told me to be hiding, so they won't. Well, I did it. So if I messed up or not in basic training, I won't get yelled at. So I just followed the other soldiers. I said, well, since they all came up to talk to me, I might as well figure out what they're doing around me in basic training. No, all through basic training, I felt like the first drill sergeant, because I felt like I was nice to the drill sergeant. I wasn't mean to the drill sergeant. And when Drill Sergeant Smith yelled at me when I got off the bus, I said, what did I do? I've been around drill sergeants all the time, and they never yelled at me like this drill sergeant did. So all the time to basics, I was like, where's drill sergeant? I was searching for my every detail or training that I had in basic training. Where's Drill Sergeant Smith? Where's Drill Sergeant Smith? And I said, is he around the corner watching me somehow? I said, as long as I said, they're all being friendly to me. Is this a trick? Is this some kind of training? And they're all friendly to me in basic training? I know Joe Sergeant Smith is around me somehow. I figured I said, I felt the first, I don't know if I was in shock. I said, maybe I say, Joe Sergeant Smith, what's wrong? Why are you yelling? So I felt like that's the reason I felt like I had to calm everybody down in basic training because everybody's yelling at each other and getting mad at each other. So I was like, it's okay, I got a pound cake. Today's going to be okay because I had a pound cake today. It was pretty tasty. Because when you go to the defact or the cafeteria or whatever heck you call it in the military, you're not supposed to have ketchup. You're only supposed to have a fork. I'm not supposed to eat cake. I was supposed to have the main course or whatever the heck the main course was in basic training was. And I said, whatever they gave me, I just took it. And I just ate it like, oh, that's it. I said, Drill Sergeant's not going to yell at me. I'm hungry. I want to eat. So I said, he's not going to, I don't mind eating fast. There was a time I was choking down the food. I said, oh, crap. But I'm outside. Nobody knew. I wasn't trying to be a brown noses to the drill sergeants. Like, I had time for myself after I ate. Everybody's still in there eating, taking their time. And I was free from the drill sergeant. I was free from everybody standing around me all the time. That's everybody standing around me all the time. Everybody's always standing around me in basic training all the time. And I was like, oh, I could stretch. I was like, oh man, I could just my food went down. See, I did that. I was. And so everybody else start falling in. You have to recognize the people that's around me because you might get lost in basic training if you don't recognize the people that's in your platoon. Because try to remember everybody's name in platoon and squad. So I just try to recognize everybody's faces around me. I said, oh, there's my people. So I'm to stand in formation. We're going to run back to the barracks again. Just to change clothes into some other clothes. And I said, we should just put all the clothes together at the same time. You're not going to So, you're in PT uniform. I forgot what happened. I know we got breakfast around that time. I don't know how. Hurry up and change and take a shower or something. In PT or something. I don't know. It was a blur. I was trying to blur out the negative in basic training. Nobody's gonna yell at me today in basic training. I'm gonna make somebody happy somehow. So I won't get yelled in basic training. And when they said point down the weapon down the range, I said, okay, I know this is a weapon in my hand. I know it. I don't understand. The basic training trust me with an M16 for some reason. So I said, just listen to the drill sergeant, follow the other soldier, make sure you don't trip over a stick. And so we have an M16. Hopefully the path is clear for you. And they said, point down the way. I said, they must think I shot the M16 before or something. I said, this is nervous, man. I was so nervous. Every time I went down a range, and they gave me a weapon down range, I was nervous. I said, just aim down the range. Everybody's going to be safe today. To come home as an American hero that you claim that I am, that you act like you don't trust me using the internet, act home as an American hero, that sucks. So, I don't know. Who would go out of the way to make their American heroes look bad after 9/11 when 9/11 is still on the internet? So, I didn't know it was that complicated to live your life online nowadays in the world. I thought it was the simplest thing to do. But I guess not. So, as people accusing me, you're assuming the worst out of me for some reason. And I'm not sure why, because, to become friends at a party, you don't assume the worst at each other and somehow party together at the party. But that's the internet. You made the world that way. And I don't want to live up this uptight living world where, the military trusts me a whole lot. And I don't feel like I was a brown noser and trying to earn every medal in the military. I just accepted whatever medal that they gave me in the military. And I was cool with the military, with the medals that they gave me. But I'm back home. I'm 41 years old. There's a lot of things I still want to do in my life. And sucks that we live on the internet where it seems like somebody's always making a decision for your life on the internet nowadays. because we all have the ability to direct each other on the wrong path on the street so that everybody has a miserable life or something. So I don't know. I got some more collectibles in my room, but I gotta let out my feeling because people somehow screw each other's lives over for some reason. I'm not sure why. So, I don't know. It's movies. If everybody's trying to be cool, I feel like the reason why that people search the internet is to find new ways to be cool online, right? The reason why you do things at the party, just try to be cool at the party, is the same thing using the internet. That's what you do in schools. So, why everybody acting like it's so hard to figure out what the cool thing to do online and don't accept ourselves as people or as a veteran. I feel like my hometown court does not accept me as an American hero, as a disabled, 100%, I'm 100% disabled combat veteran for combat PTSD. So I'm trying to teach my battle buddies to get their benefits somehow. I'm sorry, I wasn't there for all my battle buddies for years. I mean that. My battle buddies say, Commiso, what are you talking about, Commiso? What are you talking about? That's what I feel like my battle buddies saying when I make my YouTube video. As I know what it means to joke around with each other as friends and party and be cool with each other. We must have lost that somehow as being an adult, where as an adult we're not allowed to play video games anymore as an adult, and collect toys or collect comic books or baseball cards as an adult. We're not allowed to do that. We just look bad as a life on this planet. That's the big deal. We argue about everything, don't we? So to make this world a better place is like, we don't accept ourselves. We shouldn't accept. It's like, and we all know what it to be cool, because to watch a rated R movie in a movie theater, that makes you cool. If you go watch a rated R movie as a kid, that makes you cool on the streets, because everybody brings up the streets. But in my day, we didn't always bring up the worst streets. Back in the day, I guess to be a cool kid is cool, is to watch a rated R movie. And apparently the adults must have forgot about that when they grew up as an adult, or never grew up at all as an adult. So, movies, rated R, restricted. I guess that's what R means. Rated R means the R is restricted. Under 17 requires a company, parent, or adult guardian. So, rated R, to be cool as parents, I got to send my kids to a rated R movie to be a cool parent. So, basically, every kid that watched movies back in the 60s, 70s, and the 80s and 90s, probably even now, you have to have a consent. The parents have to have a consent. Every adult in the theater has to have a consent. That's their kids in the movie theater. So that makes you cool on the internet. So I'm getting misleaded and misdirected online and scammed. So on purpose. So I guess I'm not cool enough to use the internet. I'm not cool enough to party with back home. I'm not cool enough to do anything. And this is what their argument is at my hometown court as an American hero for some reason. So I don't say these things to get people in trouble, but it seems like you put a lot of effort just to talk bad about Michael Commiso on the internet. Instead of welcome me back home, as I feel like I really just want to do the cool things back home with my family and friends.
Well,
As everybody wants to do the cool things at the party, cool things online. So when everybody's like acting like, I don't know, I just don't understand why the world is so mean to each other if we all teach each other what's cool to do on the internet and the world. I highly doubt to hurt each other. That's an asshole at the party. So I don't feel like I'm an asshole at a party because I try to make people laugh at the party and I don't mind dancing. Anybody that has an issue dancing, it must something be wrong with you because we live in a generation, all we do is dance in the 80s and 60s and 70s and even some of the 90s I felt like was dancing in the 90s. Then I guess over the years, people forget what it means to be a kid. So my hometown court forgets what it means to be a kid. So it just seems like there's some kind of bully at court that says I'm God because I have a badge and I practice law or something at court. I'm allowed to just go out of my way and assume the worst out of my American heroes as American court, as my American country back home. Well, we wasn't like that. In a generation, we all earned our penny. We all was cool at the party. It didn't matter because we grew up where Michael Jackson says, we're all cool at the party, no matter who you are. That's what Michael Jackson taught us. So, it feels like people went out of their way to figure out why not to hang with Michael Commiso back home and everything. And I'm saying, wow, how easy it is to turn your back on your American heroes like that. It's how easy you could turn the back on each other as life on this planet. And we wasn't born that way. In a generation of love. The 60s felt like 60s was love. We was in the 60s, we were taught ourselves about love. It's okay to love. My hometown court says it's not okay to love. There's something wrong with you because you want to use the internet in the 21st century. That's how they talk to me at court. And I'm like, why are they risking their court to get fired? Because if you're willing to screw my American hero's life online just like that, then I don't think I mind getting somebody fired. I think that's why you're mad at Donald Trump. Because he had the balls to fire people. And now you're all mad at him because you wasn't doing your job serving and protecting the country. So I don't have nothing against Donald Trump as a president. Yes, I didn't grow up with him and know everything about him. But in my mind, I'm like, he can't be that bad because he was a character in Home Alone movie. He can't be in the 90s. Donald Trump can't be that bad if he was in the Home Alone movie. That's what I'm saying in my mind. Then I saw some of the Apprentice show. I feel like Donald Trump is trying to do what he did when he was running the show Apprentice. So that's what Donald Trump should do. We run it like the Apprentice as the president. But somehow somebody is always the bad guy in history. So nobody gets in trouble. Only that one bad guy on the internet. But I feel like I'm a good guy. You know, if people don't acknowledge me as an American hero, I acknowledge myself as an American hero. And if people don't acknowledge me as a human being at a party, I acknowledge myself as a human being at a party. If people somehow, there's haters somehow that will crooked people online on Michael Commiso because I don't feel like I'm a mean person. Yeah, I lack social skills doesn't make me a mean person. Oh, I lack internet skills. I must be a mean person. Oh, I'm 41 years old. I'm losing more time to hang with my family and friends back home as you make time as to so fast on this planet. We don't have to live that fast. We don't have to judge each other that fast. We don't have to hate each other that fast. And we can live step by step and day by day, like that show. So I'm trying to live step by step and day by day as a disabled combat veteran. But it seems like any type of step that I take, you all have something wrong with it. And if that's how the law or how people run each other's lives nowadays and everybody's trying to control each other's lives to help each other out and have opinion. While you all act like you never saw nudity and sex before. While we grew up with 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s before the internet even came out. So, no, I'm just a natural American citizen that's trying to be cool like everybody else online using the same internet sites and then talking about the same topic. But I always felt like I had trouble fitting in school for some reason. But I just felt like me knowing that I have a learning disability, eventually everybody's going to know that I have a learning disability in school when I speak. Because I must have some kind of accent of speech impediment or something going on there. I don't know. But we all know everybody picks on you no matter what name you are called in school. Some that you get picked on the name in that school, whatever type of name decided to get mad at for some reason. So I miss being a kid. Because in a way, adults, people in the world are hard on you as kids when you were kids. So back in the day, I miss being in the 80s. You know, seeing all the 80s movies and saying it wasn't that bad in the 80s. Yeah, there were few horror movies because technically it's like you really don't learn anything watching a horror movie. All you learn is somebody's being mean to each other again. And we didn't accomplish enough for everybody to even beat each other up in movies and television on the internet. They harm ourselves as life. This planet should be the safest planet in outer space. Because we already overcame our differences as life on this planet, as I feel like we'll have to anyways. So, I was hanging with my younger brother when I was a kid. We didn't judge each other as much as kids. As adults, it seems like nowadays everybody has some higher up power of God because they can scam and talk shit about a veteran after 9/11. Wow, that must took a lot of effort for some few people to get jealous of their American heroes. Just like that. Just like that.
She was telling the truth, what was she?
And I'm like, I'm Michael Commiso. I felt like I tried to get along with every student in the class. I didn't care if there was something or whatever you are in this classroom. I was just a good guy, and I talked to the other students, even though I was a shy, quiet kid, if anybody noticed. I was a shy, quiet kid with other shy, quiet kids that was in school with me. So I know what teammate and I'm not trying to steal people's lives or identity like you're all trying to do to me. They call me a name and they want to be like Mike. That sucks, right? We had world peace on this planet for years. Yeah, there was some conflict or whatever crap. But I felt like people got along with each other in general to where, like, man, it don't matter who you are. Everybody misses them Christmas lights in the 80s. When you saw them Christmas lights in the 80s, you know it's Christmas. When there's snow on the ground, you know it's Christmas time. And we lose that. Sometimes it doesn't even feel like Christmas anymore. Because all we have time to do is talk about each other as light. I don't know how much time you need to keep talking about each other to just live our lives and enjoy ourselves on this planet. So, if everybody is trying to find a reason to go out of their way to be cool at a party, so every kid in the 80s and 90s watched rated R movies on television. You don't have to go to movie theaters. Every kid watched rated R movies to be cool in school in the 90s and 80s. So, according to the rated R movie, under 17 requires a company, a parent, or adult, or a guardian. So every adult had a consent, and everybody has the consent of the internet. My hometown court saying they don't have any consent at all, so they can avoid any situation of them getting sued at court. But according to movies in America and a rated R movie, kids are allowed to watch rated R movies if every adult has a consent for that kids to watch that movie. I wrote it down in my notebook. I write things down, and I think the reason why they needed to steal all my stuff is they wanted to take the things that I wrote down in my notebook. We all want to accept ourselves as people and make a change in the world, and so everybody can have a good life as your family and friends in the world. Accept ourselves as countries, accept ourselves as leaders, accept ourselves as, as American people, as how much we all have so much respect for ourselves on the streets as life on this planet. We forgot how to treat ourselves completely and just say fuck it. So I don't know how much negative television as life on this planet can watch on the internet nowadays. Because I do understand what a horror movie is. And I'm not a horror movie because it makes sense in my mind. Why would I force myself to watch a horror movie when we don't have to in the future? We don't have to watch shit like that. To where, why would anybody watch that in the first place? This is not trying to control people's lives. It's because it's just that in the future, you really think people are going to watch horror movies the rest of their lives? People do want to learn to get along with each other. People want to go to college to get along for a reason. You go to college to learn to get along with each other. When you go to every school, they taught you how to get along with each other. When you go to college, we all should know to get along with each other in college. And we don't want to live a bad life. Nobody wants to live in a bad movie on television. Nobody wants to live in the bad reality shows on television in the future. Because we've been through all that as life on this planet. We had dinosaurs and wildlife still on this planet. We know that it seems like it don't take that much for this life. You only got a certain amount of time on this planet. So why are we going to waste our time to figure out why, another reason why to hate each other in the future, where we can fix that and find a reason why, another reason why to get along with each other in the future. So being cool in the movie, and I guess being cool at the party. In the future, it's not going to take that much goddamn effort to be cool in the party in the future, as it was in the 80s and the 60s and the 70s and whatever. So, yes, I'm trying to move on with my life because that's what I was trying to do in the first place on my computer. This is my internet. So anybody that invaded my computer and my space back home and trying to eavesdrop and put bad comments about me online on purpose and have a reason not to welcome back home the American hero sucks, if that's how the internet works. So I'm just doing my best as I felt like I did my best in school. So it's hard being a veteran. What is that? Something else that I have to accept? Everybody's teaching me being a veteran is a hard thing to do, and now everybody knows that you're a veteran. It's going to make it even harder for you as a veteran. That's the same thing in the internet. I thought we're all searching how to be cool on the internet. So why anybody hurting each other online and harming each other in the world doesn't make any sense. Because that's not the type of thing to do to be cool on the internet nowadays. It's okay to be friendly. It's okay to hold hands and give each other hugs. But my hometown court says I'm not allowed to give hugs. I'm not allowed to shake hands, show any affection at all. Because there must be something wrong with me as a human being. I'm trying to be cool like everybody else online. The internet shouldn't be that hard to use. That's for big man. As people use it every day, 24 hours a day. So, you know what? I am a respectful person. I go back to saying, did I say something mean that might hurt somebody's feelings online nowadays? How sensitive we just can sit there and watch people die on the internet and do nothing about it, as billions of people on the internet 24 hours a day. I'm confused. What everybody want from me back home as an American hero at my hometown court? If all they want from me is my benefits and screw my money, you take my money away from me. They just want money at court, and I gotta accept that as a society on the internet. I earn my benefits. You know, I've been at war for a long time. You do tours at war. The Marines do 6 months, go back home, and come back again and do another 6 months. I was out 2005 to 2007. And that was one long tour at war. And everybody said, what's your point? Well, it seems like everybody, when you see a veteran at a club, see a veteran at a bar, see a veteran walking down, you all wondering how much I did at war to make me a veteran. And you do that to all my battle buddies and all the veterans. How much did you do to earn to wear that hat at this bar? Instead of, man, I'm proud that I get to sit at the same bar at the club with this American hero as a veteran. That's not how my hometown court is talking to me. They're still treating me like I'm an idiot. Oh, we're allowed to grab you and treat you like this. And I'm like, no, you're really not. Just because you came up with another name to call each other as life on this planet doesn't give you the right to call me that name on the internet. As to Where back in the day, people felt comfortable talking about sex online back in the day. Now you're all hiding the fact that nobody talks about sex online. So what do I do? What's everybody's problem? You know, because it seems like over the years, people always find a reason not why I'm not cool enough to party with back home as a veteran. And I'm an easy person to get along with. So I don't feel like I'm disrespectful to my hometown court. I don't feel like I'm disrespectful to my hometown law. I don't feel like I'm disrespectful at all because I was raised in a generation to be respectful to each other. So why is everybody acting like big and bad on the streets when people die over the simplest shit? So why are we going to put more harm on ourselves? You're all searching for geniuses and a smarter person on this planet. Why are we going to put more harm on ourselves as people when simple things and we won't be able? I feel like I was born to enjoy life. I wasn't born to die over some hateful reason because you're some asshole can't learn how to be friends with each other while we all grew up with the same movies and music and television. So I'm just being an American citizen that uses the internet, and since you all act like I complain about everything, but I don't want to be like that person. I don't want to be a negative person. I went to war. I see how people treat each other. I understand life matters. Our life on this matter. Every single person that lives on this planet, their life matters on the internet. We know that. We was taught that in our generation in school. So I didn't feel like I had to kiss ass when I was in school. People came up and talked to me. And yeah, I don't know if people came and talked to me to find information like the internet does. Or people came up to me because they wanted to get to know me. I was not in a generation internet as everybody used the internet. I was the kid that went outside. So it was okay to be outside. Now you make it, it's like, well, if we monitor ourselves so much, there shouldn't be any conflict or reason why somebody should have a bad day on the internet to where everybody, we put billions of dollars in the satellite. We put billions of dollars in the internet. And the only reason why we're now all billionaires and millionaires is because we don't accept ourselves as life on the internet. To where we all backstab each other, identity theft each other, and every buck that I earn, you earn somehow. Kind of way of life. We wasn't grew up in that generation either. This is the land of the opportunity in America. The reason why celebrities are celebrities because they wasn't lazy to be a celebrity, not to be they became something in life. But I guess being a celebrity is hard too because once you was on top and everybody likes you as a celebrity, you all could turn on that person just like that and don't question it saying, that's Michael Jackson. When somebody told me that Michael Jackson did whatever, I couldn't accept it right away. I said, no, this doesn't make any sense to me. I grew up with Michael Jackson and his music. Seems like Michael Jackson has a really good heart. It doesn't have ability to put harm on anybody, you know. That's how nice Michael Jackson. So anybody that comes up with a story is scary. I'm an advertisement. We're all advertisement on the internet. A site is an advertisement. So I'm just being a human being on the internet. It sucks that some families should come together. It don't matter, man. Friends. Because it's true. When somebody dies and your family member dies, you need your family members to be around, because everybody acts like I didn't go over grandma's house and see Kevin sitting there every year. And if you like it or not, my mom and my dad and my brother and my grandma and Kevin, we all had a good time. Every time we always had a good time. Christmas, Thanksgiving, and everything. So people act like you can just say whatever. I'm not that kind of person. When somebody dies around me, I can't accept that yet, because we're smart enough to keep ourselves safe on this planet. You know, so as a kid, I miss being a kid. So there's nothing wrong with me trying to collect my memory childhood. Everybody else is doing it on the internet. Nowadays, everybody's trying to buy their... We're destroying our history. We don't even care. That sucks. Because everybody acts like every history was a bad history on this planet. No, we got a lot of good history on this planet. Even while peace and countries get along, everybody was chilling in the world on this planet. As Renaissance. Man, imagine being in 1400s all the way to almost 1700s. I guess there were pirates and some kind of conflict in the 1700s or so. And all that time, nobody was fighting, everybody was chilling, and everybody was accepting themselves as life on this planet at a Renaissance period around the world. And I bet there were times before the Renaissance that people got along on this planet, because everybody somehow always talk negative and bad about people or life on this planet and forget about all the good things as we did on this planet. Now everybody can travel the world and see what we've done to our eight countries in history and travel the world together as life on this planet. Because there's so much cool things to see in this world. And as an American hero and a citizen, I didn't forget, it'd be cool to see America, the cool part of America, because it seems like everybody's always putting down America for some reason. And there's probably a lot of cool parts in America. On the internet too. That sucks. To be a good guy, a nice guy, and do the right things, and now it's so easy to people just accept what? That I came back home alive from war, and then you all decided to say whatever or something. Well, I feel like I'm a really good guy. Somebody said, "Oh, are you just trying to be a good guy so everybody kiss your ass or something and help you back home as a veteran?" No. Don't you think veterans are just natural, nice people? I was a teenager. I saw 9/11. I knew there was a war, some kind of war going on. I don't know why we got attacked in 9/11. I still didn't figure out why. But it shouldn't matter. Everybody likes to come to New York City. Everybody likes coming to America and visit New York City. What the heck? That's what I thought. I said, I went to New York City. It's not that bad. When I visited on my field trip in school. So I can't accept your reality, for everybody can accept that reality sucks. Because people forget to see the positive. That's why I don't like the news. Because you all forget the positive shit that happens in the world. You all direct the negative so much. And does that help me that I know every negative? No, you start to be negative yourself. That stress of knowing negative around all the time. So I see why pirates became pirates. They had to break free from all, I don't know, they just became pirates. Sometimes all this hacking and monitoring themselves 24 hours a day is they need to take a break from themselves. That's the internet world. We want to know so much. I'm like, so you're trying to tell me to become a genius, you have to know every single answer 24 hours a day, every time somebody answers a question to you? Or you have to know everything at that time, and it makes you a genius, or you have to know it all the time? Well, how much does it take for life to get along on this planet? That's why I can't accept reality. You're trying to tell me there's parties and clubs and all around the world, but there's some kind of way of not getting along with each other in the world? That doesn't make sense. I highly doubt life on this planet created and invented bars and clubs for us to meet each other at the bars, at the club. People go to the bar to chill. People go to the club to chill. People go to the beach to chill. People go to travel the world to chill. To go to different countries to chill. Tourists, peace, chill. That's all I'm saying. Because I'm not a negative person, so I'm not trying to talk negative about anybody. But then I'm like, why am I picking on me for? What did I do? I'm just a veteran. You know, the law acts like they monitor something that nobody knows about 24 hours a day as life on this planet. Then they monitors the internet act like nobody knows shit. So you know a lot about me for some reason in my hometown court law. He must have knew me when I was on the wrestling team. He must have known. I guess because my name comes up out loud on the streets, off the books. My name comes up. Everybody has to talk about my name. But you know what? At least I can talk good about myself on the internet. I'm smart enough to say, I don't have doubts about me using the internet. It's not my fault. Y'all can't figure out why pop-up sites comes up directly at that time, and you know about it at that time, and you wonder why everybody's confused as the internet. Because the law acts like they don't get pop-up sites. That means, well, are you lying to the public? Because I don't think a hometown court, a public court can't lie to the public. So I'm not trying to lie to the public. I was just trying to do the same cool things as everybody else is doing on the internet. But I guess I'm an outcast. So that's why it sucks that people take you the wrong way and you just want to be cool like everybody else at the party as an outcast. Then I'm like, well, to be cool at the party is to be mean to each other, then this party sucks. I must have took a lot of classes and learned that as a human being. So no, I feel like I'm not trying to pick fights with people. I'm not trying to pick fights with my hometown court. I'm not trying to pick fights with anybody. But you can tell when people walk up on you and, well, they're just here to say hi to you. How hard for us to say, hey, how you doing on the streets in the world? But we're all some kind of uptight. We all have to have passwords and privacy, and yeah, it's cool. It'd be cool to have privacy, but we have to have a passport to have privacy. We have to have passwords, that's what I meant. Passwords for privacy. So since you all accept to hack my computer as a disabled combat veteran, and I'm like, well, why? You can't really say that there's a dark net at all. Then you're lying to the public. If the whole public is on the dark net, then you're lying to yourselves too, as people. There's no goddamn dark net if everybody's looking for the site to be cool on the internet, right? Maybe this doesn't make any sense. I must have to get a degree to get a college to explain this better to you. Yes, I can look up a dictionary and try to put bigger words if that helps you. But I feel like I'm saying cool things to where I'm a good friend saying I won't do this to people to backstab each other to earn a buck off a veteran after 9/11. And I feel like that's why my hometown court is done. They know that everybody's on the same site, so it's so easy for people to scam people on that same site on the internet and talk bad about them and shit. Yeah, I think it sucks that the way you treated me, so knowing the fact that you saw me at war on the internet. I apologize. I guess you have to have videos and pictures to prove that in history where you were on the internet in the 21st century. So, you know what? I don't care what people think of me. I gotta be this Commiso on the team. I lost being that. I don't care the way I dress and look. If people can't accept me for who I am as an American, then are you really trying to be friends with each other on the internet in the world? Because I feel like as an American citizen, I'm an easy guy to chill with. I'm not always out to party looking for girls all the time at clubs and parties. I guess that's why they have guys out together and ladies out. You got to trust. They do that so you have to trust each other as lovers. No, man. Why can't guys and girls just party together and always have to search for sex and nudity at the party? That's the pressure that I had at the time. And now everybody uses sex and nudity over everything. They said, we already know that it's bad to call each other this name on the internet, but now we find another excuse to call each other another name is not to get along with each other. Wow, we're some geniuses on the internet. Just to hate each other for no goddamn reason at all. And the generation that we grew up with. Knowing that everybody's got a conscience from right from wrong. But my privacy doesn't mean anything. My life as a human being doesn't mean anything use the internet. So yeah, I'm a good guy. And I feel like if we live in a generation where you act like kids, don't smoke weed on the streets, you suck. The way you treated me back home as my hometown court really sucks as an American hero. Wow, the court can accept the law, the court can accept the judge, the court can accept the court can accept everybody else. Billions of nudity online. Billions of nudity online. And my hometown court treats you talking to me. And since I can't explain why there's billions of nudity online in the 21st century, they can just do whatever they talk to me and they'll do whatever they treat to me. Billions of nudity online. Billions of nudity online. So if everybody's trying to be cool on the internet watching rated R movies in the 21st century, how dare you talk to a disabled combat veteran after 9/11 at court knowing the facts that every veteran went through some kind of bullshit as an American hero, as a veteran, going through war and that, I don't know how to explain it to the streets. Since I don't have the slang and the street talk, I can't talk to the street. I'm a disabled combat veteran. I learned to respect each other, and I don't have no goddamn slang on the street as a disabled combat veteran after 9/11. So, I got cool things to show you. You gotta be delicate to the stuff. I got more cool things to show you. You know, if we all accept ourselves and enjoy our life on this planet, man. Because I feel like if every negative affects a negative in outer space, so our explosions and loud noises, or every life in outer space knows what planet life Earth is. Our explosions attracts comets, because there's a comet says, I'm directed to this planet because of the weather. I'm directed to this sign because of the heat. Now I'm directed to the Earth as a comet, and because all the explosions and how loud the planet is, the negative, it attracts negative to this planet Earth. If that's what relativity is, I can explain what relativity is. That's relativity. Our negative feedback affects everything in our galaxy as this planet. That's relativity. So, I'm not trying to be negative. I don't understand the internet. Just because you all made it that way as people, that I don't mind being Commiso on the internet. Michael Commiso. So I got more pocket monsters. These are old pocket monsters. I apologize. I didn't get a chance to figure out how to get everything like everybody else does online. So everybody's like, what's the big deal of having Pokemon cards? Well, if you know that internet wasn't that tough as kids and even back in the 90s, dude, I felt like we all put this negative shit on ourselves. And I'm like, why do I have to accept negative? So, instead of questioning why I collected Pokemon cards, he said, that's cool, man. I'm glad that there's people out there that instead of talking shit about each other, they find something, another reason why they be on the internet nowadays. So, it's an older pocket monsters. Everybody, woo. But it brings back how it should be. That's why I think time on this planet is wrong. Just because I was a kid and I grew up right now shouldn't make my age, because how fast the planet is spinning. These are pocket monsters. These are the base set 1. So that's cool, because I know who this guy is, and he's chilling. And so this is Pocket Monsters. It looks like they're chilling in Pocket Monsters. So look at that guy. I like this guy. He's cool to have in the game. You need some type of rock. You need different types of Pokemon to fight different types of Pokemon. So he's cool to be around. This guy, I was trying to figure out this guy. I don't mind Pikachu. Everybody always forgets about Pikachu. I like Pikachu. He's cool to have too. Look at that. These are pocket monsters. So everybody's like, I already got that card. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't figure out how to get that card like everybody else. And that's me, Al. I like kitty cats, so he's cool too. He grows up to be a bigger kitty cat. He's cool to have. One day when I can have time for myself, I could draw all these Pokemon cards. He's cool too to have. And the game. The fish, everybody says. There's a trainer card. And the trainer card. Now these cards, I don't know what the heck these are, but I got them. It's something, it's like a checklist.
That's key.
It's like a checklist. It's 1922 New York Yankees. This is like a checklist of the teammates and the list. I feel like I have to be delicate with it. It's from 1922, so try to focus on. For some reason I'm out of focus on purpose. It's a 4K webcam. It tells like all the different the Babe Ruth's on here. Let me see. He's on here somewhere. It's all the players back in the day, so kind of I gotta get these in plastic things. New York Yankees 1922. And it's like a checklist. From 1922. I gotta put these in. Oh, it's each player. Okay, that was that player. This is the score of this player. Norman, Alex. That's that card. And then it's each player's card of score. It's a. I guess they give them like a record of the player card. So that's cool. I gotta find there's Babe Ruth in here. I show you all of them, but I got Babe Ruth. I try to collect something different because I already got a whole bunch of the same thing. So this looks different. That's New York Yankees 1922. These like scorecards. They had the catcher. That's cool. New York Yankees 1922. Elmore John Smith, outfielder. And this is the scorecard. That's cool. And it looks old. Whoever had this took care of this. But you got that age, it's got that age color. To know when it's old, it's got the age color. It don't look like it was from New Jersey. No, I don't know. Yankee. $19.22. There's another player. They didn't have the World Series yet. I think it was the World Series in 1927, then 1932 or something like that. This is 1920. So these are like scorecards when there were rookie. Babe Ruth is in here. Like Michael Joseph Mike. Oh yeah, I show you. It's number 3. See number 3? It says Ruth RF. That's Babe Ruth. So already Babe Ruth had like 110 something, 315. That's his score, I guess. Yes. Another player. Wake Charles Schoolboy. Grade B pitcher. Well, he got a B. Oh, these are like school scores. He got a B. In 1922. It's cool with my collection. 1922. I got a lot of Babe Ruth stuff. And a lot of cool stuff in this one. They called him Smiler. George King Smiler. The grade D pitcher. That's not what that means. I apologize, I didn't get to learn everything. You gotta be careful, or you won't bend the card. From 1922. This looks like it was done on a typewriter. It looks like it'd been done on a typewriter or something. 1922. So that's cool. I'm looking for Babe Ruth one. They gotta keep the set together though. These are all the players. It's so hard to focus on a 4K camera. That's cool. They had nicknames. Look, they all got nicknames. Sad Sam. Who's sad? Decom. Shortstop. Short. They all have nicknames. So it feels cool to be a part of the team. So serving your country is cool. Part of it. All my battle buddies are cool. Because it's cool serving your country and you're in a team. And it's not, I think a typewriter did it. And if it's all the players that was on 1922. I'm looking for Babe Ruth. Oh, I found Babe Ruth. It's the last card. It's the last card that Babe Ruth. So it's 1922, the New York Yankees. And this is the scorecards. They all gave themselves nicknames. Jumpin' Joe. Whitey. It was the white guy. Well, this one, his nickname was Willie the Pea. Wally. And look, here it is. I got it. New York Yankees, 1922. And look, it's Babe Ruth. George Herman, they called him the Babe Ruth. George Herman Babe Ruth. Outfielder, second. This is the outfielder. It's not even him hitting. He did everything. You forget. They always got something to say about Babe Ruth. But Babe Ruth was not just a pitcher. Babe Ruth was a catcher. Babe Ruth was he did everything. I read in one of the books. Babe Ruth was not just a pitcher. He did every single thing. I guess to learn the sport, he had to do everything. That's why he would have been a good coach, because he tried to do everything in baseball. I think that was the point. So this is cool. I'll keep on this thing. I gotta put them all in the plastic thing.
Oh no. Shit.
You gotta be careful. That's cool to have. That's cool. But then this is, remember when I said back in the day, kids and adults had to cut out their baseball cards on advertisement stuff? So I found something on the internet that will prove that I was right. It's called a vintage Fro Joy ice cream cards of Babe Ruth. So this came from an ice cream ad. Look, it's an ice cream ad. So I guess the Fro Joy ice cream ad, boys and girls cut out their baseball cards. When you have cards like this, don't cut the cards. It's more valuable if you keep the cards together. Don't cut up the cards. Now, so it's cool that it says cut along because you can see what year was it? It probably looks like in the 20s. Well, whatever, it's probably on this part, let's see. It probably was in a restaurant. Say it was a restaurant or something. You know how the restaurants give out things when you eat? Or when you have kids, they give you crowns or something. This was they gave out restaurants. So it says, boys and girls, well, I put, and girls, Babe Ruth picked Fro Joy ice cream and Fro Joy cones to give the thousands orphans at the Boston baseball party because Fro Joy ice cream bundles strong bones, sound teeth, and healthy bodies. If you want to grow big and strong, eat Fro Joy ice. So they trying to advertise ice cream was good to eat and healthy. Now we're all, well, why don't they just make health? That was healthy. Ice cream was good for you. Chit chat. You, and it gives you all the info. Cut out the. It's tasty and crispy and delicious. Or something made from our own formula and certain as pure and wholesome by Dr. L. Frost, the only cone that has ever received an endorsement of this kind, filled with delicious Fro Joy ice cream. Fro Joy cone makes it the finest food you can eat. Be sure you Have one every day so you would grow bigger. So kids were taught ice cream was good, and you grow big eating ice cream. And if you buy if you cut out, you could get baseball cards when you get ice cream. So imagine how many kids cut up this card and how many cards are not cut up. It's cool because this is advertising baseball, and they could cut out the baseball card. I don't know if that's the complete set. Number 1, number 4, number 3, number 1. But I don't know. That's cool too. Yeah. How about it? Good popcorn. Oh yeah. Good one. Oh, I just like Beirut. That feels like it's natural for an American like me. So like Beirut. But I found it's not exactly a mint condition, but now I know what to look for a mint condition. But this is cool to have too in my collection. Beirut, 20 cents. 20 cents. It's 20 cents. I'm trying to put a movie on in the background so the sound won't be boring in the video. There's some sound in the background. So everybody's like, wow, what's your point? Oh, back in the day when I was a kid, it was cool to go to the flea market and buy what you want that you like. I don't know what generation I live in now. This is not. I'm starting to get the newer Beirut cards. These are from the 90s. It's gold plated or something. It's gold plated from the 90s. It's shiny. Shiny. You can't go wrong with the card when it's shiny, right? And then this was cool. They made a hologram. They made a hologram baseball card. It's from the 90s. From the 90s. And then you move it around, you can see Beirut. And then now this one's cool. Beirut official 100th anniversary mega cat. That's 1 out of 34,000. Well, I should get more than. I should get more. Oh, yeah. They have a sticker. There's the front. There's sticker. There you go. Now you can see Beirut. I'm just trying. They told me to get a hobby. They told me to get a hobby. Now they get mad at me when I get a hobby. What kind of world will we live in? This is Beirut stamp. With stamps in there. I gotta find, I had a stamp book, but the stamp book doesn't fit in the safe. It's a Beirut stamp. Just feel like there was something on it. And then I got a 1977 Chevy van. I got this one. I feel like I have another one, but this one was different. This one has the sign in it for some reason. There's a sign. Oh, because it's a sticker. I thought there was something different with the advertisement because I thought that was it's a sticker. So that's cool. That's the sticker. This one had the sticker on it. Well, I got this because it tells you the different colors of that year that came out, the 1977 Chevy van. And the color on my van is a Hawaiian blue. And that's a cool blue. It's Hawaiian blue. It's a cool blue van. But you could tell it was in the weather. So I bought advertisement to put with the van. My van's supposed to look like shiny like that. But the weather got to it and the reality got to my van. So what? That's all for today. I don't have any. There's more stuff coming. Well, you gotta give me credit that at least I try in life. And that's what I'm trying in life. So, oh well, this is your disabled combat veteran after 9/11, Michael Commiso and the Battle Boys all on.